Another link map. I mean, right now they are not so frequent anymore. It looks great, this shot here with the camera. Dude, this guy must know the track. I tried to be the first finisher, also the guy with the first place after the discovery run. But against this guy there was absolutely no chance. Well, it was not my internet, I didn't lose any frames. I would say. Also it doesn't show any. I guess you saw the full teleport and not just the freeze, right? Oh, what an angle to go into this. Interesting. The start was super weird already. Like it's the first corner. Will a magical OKBOI join still, or am I again alone? Like also Chris is not here very often. Like he was here maybe 1 or 2 times in the last month. Also this middle section makes the run. That's easy to tell. After the start, obviously. Start is weird for a Link map. I mean, he knows how to build maps and he knows how to drive, so he thought about something when he did that. There's an idea behind it, but it's weird. We need to train some parts. So let's do some respawns. For example here, I have to remember the GPS went tight here. I made most of the corner there. He went for speed. And then this, I wanted to train this, but the checkpoint is exactly placed in the entry, which makes the full turn. Like, this is the crucial section of the track. And whoever that was on my server, or was it just Link? Nah, it wasn't Link. Whoever that was on my server definitely knew that. Like, how he went already into a perfect outside dirt turn there was crazy. Like... Oh. Yeah, most likely I don't need it extreme. Like, I don't think you can enter this full outside and stay there. Also, you have to brake then. Like this it would work. But is it then better than just doing this? Especially with the knowledge that another turn is coming immediately. Also here, the line is already clear with the checkpoint, I cannot really train the respawns. Yeah, 7 minutes to get a good run. Oh, toll. I missed the AT. I saved the ending, I didn't want to crash the start that I had. But seems like my time is not good enough at the moment. I was thinking that it might be enough. Because look how close I am to the top places. But again, many people close together here. Whoa, 3/10 behind, you okay? I can abort this. Also this time will drop out. Bad I didn't get a better end. Because the time gaps to the cutoff will be close, even though I will definitely drop out by position if I don't improve. And 46th. Close. This is cutoff, what I just drove. But these 500s, you see what kind of difference they made. This can easily still drop out, but it could also stay in. In such a short map you could think that most people already got to their personal limit and that not so many improvements are happening in the very end, but it could also be different. At the moment I still think I will drop out. Need another lap. Oh, that's weird. 53rd. Gonna restart. Oh nö. So in the last run, I dropped 13 positions. I was 55th when the last try started. Like, would you have believed that actually 13 people improve in just the last try? Also 13 people pulled a Marius? The cutoff is 3,000 away, and this is a diagonal finish entry, which means that everyone has the same time. You can expect that there are multiple people with the same time than 64th. Also there will be surely, like, are you 65th, Kanchika? Because maybe you have the same time. Ah, ey, that hurts, man. Like, tiny bit more insight into the finish and you have even more than 3,000, but 4 people with the 60. Like, probably I'm the best positioned one that is slower than that. And the thing is, it's not even clear who gets the spot when multiple people have the same time for 64th. It is not even obvious who will get it. This pattern we didn't figure out yet. What matters then? Because I do know that it's not about when you drove your run, which would make the most sense. You can actually drive it earlier and then still fall behind people that drive it later. Bestie and a wave Friedrich, that would be alphabetical at least. But I remember there were cases where it wasn't alphabetic. Unless you tell me that Bestie got 63rd and Away British got 64th, then it again wouldn't make sense. I think I just understood this corner here. Damn, now it's too late. I just go straight into it. I mean, I hate Div2 as well, especially when Granadi isn't here, then I want Div1. But this was another one of these super tight maps. And I mean, you see it, like if Kanchika or myself improve by maybe 1 or 2 hundredths, we would probably jump 10 positions. But just the fact that I'm 68th, which sounds like, yeah, close, but there are still a few people in front of me that are also Div2, but then you realize it's just 3,000. And those many players are within 3,000s. Kanchika. Also when I start, the problem for me is always when I drove a time where I'm not sure if it's enough. I'm really struggling to improve that time. Also to focus as if I was in Div 2 and I need to improve. You know? I really struggle. Like I'm going into this last one and I have like mixed thinkings about it. The one is, yeah, maybe it's just enough. You know? Maybe it's just enough. Maybe I don't need to improve. And I cannot really focus on my last attempt because I kind of hope all the time that the improvement isn't needed, as if I'm just waiting for the zero. Yeah, and I in such a situation when you know it's gonna be close, it's so difficult to. But you are in at the moment. It is so difficult to improve. I mean, I was 55th when I drove my last one, and my last one would have finished in the last seconds. So. It basically was the very last try. No? Who would have thought that 13 people then improved? Because right before I checked, there were not much improvements, not many were happening. But then last try, 13 people got it from behind to overtake. That's actually crazy, that amount. By the way, it's another map with 44, 4, 4. Yeah, Matt sadly with a 5 here, but it's another map with this length, what the fuck? But overall, I was also not that good now in the seeding. I kinda don't vibe with the parts on this map. The outside turn is like the most crucial one. It's again one where you need to use the brake button, I would think, to get cleanly around. The start is very weird as well. And after the start there is a lot of left, right. And it is always a compromise between I want to take speed out of the corner, for example this right turn into the uphill. I want to take a lot of speed, but at the same time I have to get around so that I get around the turn which is 2 turns further away. Yeah, so that I have still a good angle there when I jump into the plastic. And that angle gets already decided in that uphill, in this downhill turn. But if I go very tight in the downhill turn to have good angles and I have no speed, so it's often I was going too far because I kinda tried to copy the GPS. Now we come now to that section. Often the GPS was full left here, but still it got just around. Now I went full on angle with an oversteer at the very end, but yeah, this is like the issue on this section here. And before that as well, like this left turn that you have from the plastic into the road and then into this right downhill, I often had a very bad angle for the right downhill because I took too much speed kinda around the left turn and didn't get around. And this, like I didn't really vibe with these whole sections there. I was always off the line at some point when I tried to get faster. Oh god, I thought I would touch. Maybe I'm doing this penalty part also wrong. But this turn here feels not nice, like you cannot get it on the apex really. You cannot also get it. Like you have to weirdly oversteer for the exit. It's weird. I was searching the name in another stream when this question came. It was, I think, Buffer Time. Yeah, Buffer Time, I think, is the name. So I tried to jump a little bit from this penalty. Oh, now I had a decent start, I'm third. And now I can win the round. And drive it at one time. Actually, I'm not winning. Wow, that was a good dirt turn and everyone just copied it. What the fuck? Oh, 44.442. Now, there's one issue, guys. We will not get the perfect time because of diagonality of the finish. It is not possible. Like, we end up on 2, 5, or 8. Look at this. 8, 2, 8, here 5s, 2s. Oh, Matt P, how did you do that? He was the guy that failed the 44.444 earlier. He got the 4, but now in another time. Naja, but he must have done a different finish, you know? And he had a bad time. I'm not sure if you can do shenanigans when you're on pace. But from all the other ditches that there are, he got exactly the 4. I mean, imagine you hit the inside wall in the finish and it pushes the car a little bit around so that you go more straight into it. Maybe that's it. Yeah, again, everything 258. There's a 9, but a bad time, so you might have done something else. Yeah, Hagen. Not a surprise. $44,448 for Vortex. Only 2-5 insights. Da dee da rum bum bum bum. So with this technique for the dirt turn I would have had many more attempts. Sure. Actually, lately I was doing I was doing the song in Vocalux and was also wondering what he's saying, and then people actually told me. But yeah, I heard this song now for years, and for me it was for a long time always like just da di da boom. Like it's so difficult to understand that he's actually saying words there. Probably Matt left the server. Yeah, he left the server. Ah. The typical round into top 8 is the most difficult one to survive. Hi. But made it. What was this? I had 2/10, and then on the next checkpoint I was still 5th, which sounded very safe, 5th place, but it was only very few hundreds or thousands. So. I'm really afraid of this last left turn on the off-road, that I might not get around and touch on the outside. Not really having a feeling for this. I got the airtime in the end. I couldn't get into the finish. I was surely ahead of him. But when you don't finish fully inside, you lose a lot. And I got the airtime and couldn't steer. I mean, it can also happen that you just steer against the inside of the finish. That's not the greatest slide from him. He's gonna drop far. Look, Sabo goes just inside. He's losing to the first two though with this. Oof. That was a line by AQLX. Yeah, not a particular fast round. Also it would have been very possible to be top 3. Nico and AQLX, however, are quite fast, or can be very fast. This last round they only did 0.4, 0.5, that is reachable. But if they now would drive like 0.3 round, but they won't, not both of them. Sabo has a mud line. This is what I meant with the angles. Interestingly, he's still there. But yeah, this is a much better turn again. Like, Sabo is losing a lot here. What is this like by Nico? He has no exit speed now. Like, what was this? Out of nowhere, he's going like full inside. Now the final would have been actually doable. Now the question is what AQLX drives, because he looked to be the strongest during the knockout. He would have been the opponent then. So far, very close, very good round. Naiko had the outside dirt decent last round. AQLX is not full outside, but goes outside in the end of the turn. This remains the same. AQLX didn't hit the apex. Naiko still there, but what are you doing, Naiko? As if he did that all the time. What the fuck? I mean, good time by Naiko and very good time by AQLX. But Naiko obviously lost it all in that last turn. Like, what? How did he not figure out this line? Maybe he's only in Div 2 because of this. I don't know. Okay. Quickly checking. Catch it Div 1 stream. We had not that many players in Div 2, so there's a chance it's still ongoing. Is Scrappy streaming it? No. Is Virtual streaming it?
So that.
No. Spammy though. Spammy is doing it. Yeah. Oh no, down still in. Blitzerwin, you might refer to the plugin that can change the surface colors. Texture mod or something, better texture. If you meant that. Oh, safe. Everyone's safe. Everyone's safe. Oh, did Spam do a caster curse? Huh. Thank you, Spam. I realized that several of the past maps that we had were part of the Alamo Cup actually, which Down is often playing. That explains not the whole thing, but it's just an interesting fact. That two of the previous maps were actually in Alamo Cup, exactly now that Lars also didn't play. Yeah, Ratchet is still in and will remain in. I mean, at times for the winners are crazy, you know, it's always 0.0 to 0.2. So this is a pace I couldn't have matched here. But when there's always a crash, you can of course go far. But that's the thing, like the map is so simple in most parts that this one important section you kinda need to risk. You don't want to go out by pace. So it's Lingo versus Ratchet. Lingo has the better start. Ratchet gets this pretty decent. They're close. Lingo drove a faster time last round than Ratchet's match PB. Ratchet needs to improve. Lingo got that better. Lingo will touch. Oh, interesting line from Ratchet. Just inside but then still going outside. 0.12 close to his PB, good time. Spammy starting a trend, there's literally no way. It seems like he has been knocking the people out by caster cursing.